Alright everybody, welcome back to Dishonored. And we're in the flooded district. Because we were betrayed and poisoned by our good buddy Havelock. And right now we're trying to get our stuff. Which is 73 meters away. Might as well grab this loose brick and just heave it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that guy's over here. I guess he's a weaver. Honestly, he didn't seem like one. Greaves Lighting and Oil Refinery. Got a rune there, bone charm there. Again, I'm not big on having to get it all anymore because we have everything we kind of would want. The only other thing we could get is faster health regen, but I mean, give me it. I'm sorry about sniffling so much. I recently got over having hives, and that's horrible. It's just really itchy. But taking like, oh crap, having to take a lot of Benadryl. Just not good on my nose. Refinery safety notice. Remember to keep the stair in the up position at all times unless there's a shift change or an emergency. Failure to do so may result in damage to equipment and or loss of life. In the event of an actual emergency, main power will be shut off. Use the backup receptacle to your right to restore power to this control panel. Alright, so we need a oil thing over there. Yeah, ton of crusts over here. There we go. Okay. Bone charm is welcoming host. You can possess white rats for longer. Oh. Wouldn't be a bad one if I possessed a ton of rats. If I was into that, you know, possessing game. But I've only possessed a couple things, so. I forget I can jump incredibly high.
Hard to say, but we should watch the streets. We'll see him from the rooftop. All right. If nothing else, we can cover him up at the market. can't get through the rail station without the key.
This one is resourceful. We'll find a way.
Okay, so the way to Dad's base is through the central Rudshore rail station. Door to the station is kept locked. Harpooner song, I think we read this. Yes. The Greaves Whale House. Exit from a book on well-established companies in Dunwall. In the early days, when the ships brought in the great dead whales, men would slaughter them and reduce their blubber to oil in massive vats on the banks of the Wren Haven. Small crews maintained their own vats, with workers specializing in as fire tenders, slicers, gutmen, haulers, or strainers. Inevitably, once the demand went up, the businessmen moved in, wooing the best crews with promises of better pay and safer conditions. The warehouses went up at the edges of the Rudshore financial district almost overnight. None was more organized, or as some would say, more ruthless, than the Greaves Whale House, opened by Ebenezer Greaves himself. The Greaves Whale House grew rapidly, absorbing rivals until it dominated the trade. At its peak, the operation employed over 300 workers, not including the children who filled minor and often tragic roles. Those associated with the refinery were recognizable by their head-to-toe industrial leather uniforms and the masks they wore to protect against fumes. Child labor. On hunting whales. Exit from a forward Gaffer's Journal by Old Grum. These new ships made by that Sokolov fellow made life easier than it was in my youth. I'll tell you what. Air was, I don't know, we're at the mercy of the winds. Nowadays, the engines get up at fast whale sign, and there ain't time enow to roast the boys from their bunks before you're on the herd out these words. We call out the biggest bastard we lay eyes on, and the pilots drag us out from their circling brutes. Then things groan and bellow across the water like they're calling to each other. Men below say you can feel it in the hull. But when the harpoons go in, the beast cannot make for deep water no more. Once it weaks from blood loss, we launch the hook boat and pull chains into the tail. Then the winches drag the bastard backward up the chute and into the rigging overhead. Not everybody knows, but whaling's illegal. Refinery foreman's note. Tell your shift's captain to assign a maintenance bunk berth for every shift. The conduits keep shortening out up here. At least authorize us to put a whale oil canister in the backup receptacle next to the bridge to keep the power from flow steady. We're Greaves Company, for crying out loud. You'd think we'd be able to afford an extra one of our own oil tanks. Or if you need me to make it simply for you, with no power, the bridge stays up. If the bridge stays up, we can't access the refinery pit. No pit access, we don't do our jobs. Plain and simple. Easy peasy. Oh, there he is. I was like, where is this dude? Get out of here. You got a rune out there. God damn it. Stop. There we go. Alright, now to Dale's base. Wonder if we have, yep, we got all our coins, just about 9,000. One of 5, holy hell. Ooh, River Crest. Got everything in this area. Come on. There we go. Oh, hello. Overseer's warning. The assassins sprung their trap as we tried to cross the narrow bridge. At that choke point, they were able to pick us off one by one. We thought we could draw them inside, where our greater numbers could make more of a difference, but it didn't matter. Now I'm the only one left alive, and I feel that slipping from me minute by minute. Please, if a second group attempts to come through this way, beware of that bridge. They are listening for the sound of the door opening. Keep an eye on the rooftops. Even a small number of them is more than a match. Yeah, I don't think we have, if I remember. We should only have like 2 or 3 more videos, counting this one. A lot of dead people up here. But that's not the end of the first Dishonored. There are 2 DLCs we'll be doing as well. And why is my stuff not recharging? And the DLCs are a pretty good length. Rail station office key. Oh wait. Can't tell if I'm hitting that or not. Which one? What do they call it? One's the Knife of Dunwall and the Bridgemore Witches. And both of them you play as Dowd. Small scale combustion refinement. Weapon courier's message. Corwin. Imagine the firepower of a tall boy, but the speed of and ease of concealment of a pistol. With this new technology, any soldier with a steady gun arm will be a force to be reckoned with. Make sure it gets to the Lord Regent without delay. Loxy. Huh. So what, it's like a... grenade you can shoot? Now, when these guys spot you, it's very annoying because it's hard to get away from them without just using all your damn sleep darts if you're trying not to kill. Because they also have your powers. Holy shoot. Ooh, we got a hound. Come on. That's like the one thing, if they could fix in the game, be the blink not hitting right.
Corvo's weaponry is of great quality. If Dowd will not use it himself, why don't we simply cast lots on it?
Shoot. And that's what I mean. Well, at least we got our sleep darts back. Instructions from Dowd. The sleep toxin is only to be used on abductee targets and on bounties which we need alive. Don't place them trying to avoid collateral casualties. Which is what I did.
For your next child, you must be very soon. Stay in the shadow and avoid the light. Cross to the other side of the room without attracting notice. Very good. I did not see your crouch. Now, attempt the transversal. Do not focus on your destination with your eyes.
Okay, so I guess they're practicing over there. Oh, Dowd's key needed for this as well. If you have an assignment that requires that you travel to Red Shore Gate, see me, I hold the key. That guy's like, where the hell they go? Oopsie. I don't know where this dude went. Send out a message. Steal the pouch from his belt. Why is my stuff not regenerating? Did my phone? No, they're all equipped. It's weird. Oh yeah. Let's see objectives. We can kill him. Or after the flood, steal Dowd's key. Optional tasks. An assassin's revenge. Exact your revenge on Dowd, blood for blood. Or optional non-lethal. Send Dowd a message. Steal the pouch from his belt, then leave him unharmed.
Just to put a piece of sharp metal in your eye. But now there's no need. You've been taken down by the same apparatus that gave you life to begin with. Laws and courtrooms and a mighty swell of public outrage. Good riddance to you, sir. So many schemes you had, and so many contracts. How many people did I kill for you? None like the last. None like her. I'd give back all the coin if I could. No one should have to kill an empress.
Dowd's log, the latest log entry. 18 years on this wretched rock, in this city of filth. I felt the blood of scholars, of noble pedophiles, of guildsmen, of unfaithful lovers, of politicians who were far too just for their own good, and of law enforcers who come too close to bringing the wrong man to justice. Why should an empress be any different? Why should I feel the entire weight of this dying city crushing down on my back? Corvo, Lord Protector, is of Serkonos, just as I once was. I might have known that fact already, but it didn't matter until I recognized it in his face. It brought back distant memories of home and the optimistic young man I once was. What would I find if I went back there? Would I find that it has rotted from the inside just like Dunwall? Or will it only appear that way because I'm the one who's rotted? The Red Shore Chamber of Commerce. Exit from a book covering the various districts across Dunwall and their histories. Once the financial heart of the empire, the Red Shore Financial District was a hive of trade activity. No district employed more barristers, accountants, or indeed more security, and no part of Dunwall saw a greater flow of coin. When the flood barriers broke and the waters rolled in, the looting that followed was accompanied by an epic period of chaos and butchery. Those who could withdraw and move their assets did what they could. Others, with their wealth tied up in grand mansions and artwork, lost it all. When the last of the high society set had withdrawn and the lights went dark, Red Shore was a gloomy, crumbling shell of what it had been. Inhabited by thieves, wild dogs, and rats, once great palaces of commerce sat empty and haunted, or came to house killers and mercenaries as well as anyone else looking to hide from the city watch. In mere months, the flooded district was settled upon as the most proper name for the place. The Royal Protector. Excerpt from a historical record of government positions and ranks. Throughout the ages, rulers have always faced attempts on their lives. Wait. Okay, no, we haven't read this one. Once in a generation, the empire is rocked by the death of a powerful political or religious figure. As such, city-states across the Isles have devised varying strategies for protecting their leaders. In the capital city of Dunwall, each new emperor is allowed to appoint a royal protector. This is far more than a trusted bodyguard, much more revered than the hand-chosen guards defending Dunwall Tower of the food tasters. The royal protector is a court figure given enormous latitude who keeps constant company with the highest ruler in the known world. At the age of 12, the young monarch participates in the selection process, making the final decision about who will safeguard his or her life. While most of those chosen as the royal protector have been men, several times throughout history a woman has served well in the role. For the first time in Dunwall's history, a monarch has been slain by her own bodyguard. At the time of this writing, with Dunwall in the grip of the worst plague ever recorded, our fair Empress Jessamine Caldwin has just been murdered. The deed was done by her former royal protector turned assassin Corvo Attano, who is still sitting in Coldridge prison awaiting his deserved execution. Some argue that it is worth noting that Corvo Attano is the first royal protector in the history of the empire born outside of the Isle of Bristol. The Lighthouse. Exit from a recent historical work on Kingsbarrow Island. Kingsbarrow Island sits in the middle of the Wrenhaven River, and up through the previous century it was only used by fishermen and for occasional religious ceremonies. During the time of the Morley insurrection, a fort and naval dock were added to the island as a means of protecting the city from attacks by sea. In the time of the Rat Plague crisis, shortly after the tragic death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin, Dunwell's acting regent, Hiram Burroughs, commissioned the construction of a modernized military installation and lighthouse on the island. Burroughs' lighthouse, only recently completed, is widely considered to be one of the marvels of the modern age, humming with Sokolov's technologies, powered by processed whale oil. Okay. Alright, so alright, so that does not work on Dowd. I was just about 100% sure that it wouldn't work on him, but I just wanted to make sure, so we'll load a previous one. Because what I was going to do was possess the one dude, walk him out, and then go in and get Dowd. What's he obstructed by? Gonna wait for him to turn around. Reinforced bolts. Bolts stuck in enemies break less than that. Don't care. Okay, so we got more books. Empress Jessamine Caldwin. Excerpt from a book on the late Empress. Many of those who lived through her reign will weep until the ends of their lives over the pale beauty with the piercing eyes and the foul end she met at the hands of her own twisted servant and protector. In her father's days, the Caldwins were thrust into the limelight despite their distance to the throne. When the former dynasty provided no heirs, a previous age followed the emperor, but his daughter would have different luck. During her short life, political intrigue and minor conflicts created cracks in the empire and undermining unity across the Isles. The Rat Plague, however, was a terror for which neither Empress Caldwin nor any other living being was prepared. The Eradication of Black Sally. Excerpt from a popular story of crime and daring by Jules Robin and City Watch. Before Slackjaw ran the streets in the Distillery District, there was no boss more ruthless, violent, or dedicated but to squeezing the average citizens for coin than Black Sally. Like so many from Morley, she was pale-skinned and green-eyed, with hair as black as the void. They say that she started young, and as a girl she'd stun a man with her looks, coming upon him in the alley. Then smile a one-sided smile and suddenly run him through with a knife. She'd have his money and be on her way before he breathed his final breath. As a boss she was worse. ruling over the meanest street gang Dunwall had seen up to that time. Her operation touched everything from shipping to prostitution. She even had a racket going with the Bakers Guild. A finger in every pie, indeed. One man, watch Captain Jules Rubin, made it his mission to stop her, and kept the case going for half a decade. Black Sally met her end when Robin had his men light smoke fires in barrels near the warehouse where she hid out during the day. As she and her gang rushed into the streets, terrified the building was burning, Captain Rubin and his top officers threw nets over them and ran them all through with blade and pistol shots. Okay. Okay. That was weird. That was stupid. Bonin Galvani Weave. Weird. We'll just go through these again. So it registers that I did them. Not sure, I don't think that matters, but whatever. Now we could go back down and get all that crap from the bottom. Actually, what is this? Oh. We can get all the stuff in these boxes and go through this door. Which means we don't have to go outside, which is good because it's a pain in the ass. And only run one more rune to upgrade our health to the last bit. Well, it's still saying we need to go upstairs. Gateward Tunnel. I think this is the way out. One thing I used to use all the time was bend time. when I would reach, actually when I would reach that part, and whenever I would see tall boys. Get through the quarantine wall and out of the flooded district. Oh, gotta move. Oh, is that actually... Clockwork malfunction. Enemy grenades take slightly more time to explode. Yeah. Oh, you I'm eating all the rats as well. Sounds spooky. I wonder if I can get up there easily, because if I can, I'll go grab it.
Get back. What the hell are you? Are you some new kind of guard? Like a tall boy?
Can't be. Doctor, mate?
Be quiet. Letter to Alpha. Dear Alpha, we don't care if you're sick. Please come home. We'll take care of you. I'm not afraid. Your sister tells me that you're planning on hiding in the flooded district and that you want to die alone there. Please don't do this to us. Please. I love you. Well, she's probably going to die. Especially now. Spirit of the Deep. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Spirit of the Deep. Siren of the Dreams. I walked for hours along the coast, leaving Dunwall behind me until the lament of the waves drowned all other feeling. I wept, knowing you would not come to me, my love. You rule my dreams, where I behold with senses I do not possess in waking life the darker splendor of your home in the deep. There the ocean rests on your back like a sleeping child on his father's shoulders. In these sleepless nights of despair, you appear to me not as the mighty Leviathan, but as a young man with eyes as black as the void. Everything's as black as the void. Is jammed. Okay. And so we'll upgrade the last of Vitality, and that's it. We don't need anything else. Damn. Really thought I would be able to reach that. There's a dude just standing there. Or maybe it just doesn't want me to go on it.
told you that.
You think they round people up because there's a cure?
They're city guards. They're supposed to protect people.
They did. They protect the healthy people from people like us, the sick ones.
I'm not that bad.
Well, that's sad.
Plague wagon's running every couple of minutes now. We just need to get on top of it and ride out of here.
Okay, great, smart guy.
Oh.
And what do we do when we hit the wall of light on...
Hey, fellas.
Half the city's dead. Won't make it 3 more months.
Letter to Ferg. Hey Ferg, a word of advice on your greedy little treasure hunting trips to the flooded districts. If you find yourself stranded and the only way out is through Red Shore Gate, this reroute tool will come in handy if you can't get through the doors. The circuitry panel for the wall of light is just on the other side. Better yet, let me come with you. I'll handle the complicated things. Craggy.
Vermin!
Yeah, they're gross.
Hard to pass me by. All the others down with the sickness.
Okay, so Red Shore Gates. Red Shore Gate is fortified by a wall of light. Even the plague wagon must pass through its electrified field.
Although I don't see what took so long.
How many times have I specified that only cadavers take the long drop?
That's why you get a weapon.
So what is going on up at the tower? Now they're saying the Lord Regent started the plague himself.
I don't understand it either. Like a whole other group's in charge. Doesn't change things for us down here. Second item is carriers. Are you seeing plaguers come off the... healthy? A few of them make it back up, and then we've got 10 times the mess.
My daughter told me she saw a whale.
Security work log. For the next couple of days, we're going to quadruple the rate of the drops from the plague wagon. This inevitably means we're going to get a growing number of plague carriers who play dead in hopes of escaping. So here's the plan. To keep the Red Shore Gate area secure, step 1. Set up some arc pylons in the courtyard behind the hotel. We have a street blocker up there, but we can't weld it shut. We still need to use that route to access the river, which means players can too. Plaguers can too. Step 2, put up a barrier between Thresh Street and Old Mosley Canal. Step 3, install more lights, especially to illuminate the hotel and surrounding buildings. You might be tempted to borrow the oil tank from the pylons to get the floodlights working. Do not. We need those pylons active and the backcourt secure.
Barricade. How should I know? Am I supposed to kill everyone I see down here?
Contractor's note. It's getting harder to find healthy workers who are willing to lay down conduit in the flooded district. So what we're going to do is pick out any strong-looking males who show signs of the sickness and offer them work in exchange for us to look the other way. They get these floodlights hooked up, then you do what you want with them. CS.
I'm just passing this on from the still...
Alright, that was just to make sure I could get away.
It's their job to gut these bastards before they throw them down.
We've got another whale oil tank on its way. When the lights come on again, it'll be your job to spot any weepers.
You think that helps?
Now I can stare old ladies in the eye before I cut them down. Why do you think no one lasts on this job?
Heading back to civilization. What's left of it. Keep your head, you'll be...
Locked. What the hell? Can I possess a rat? No. Okay. It's just some money anyway. What the? Old Port District outskirts. Old Dunwall Sewer. You escaped the flooded district and now you're winding your way back toward the Hound's Pits pub. Sewer's gross. A bunch of runes and bone charms here, but we don't need any of them.
Wish I had a last swig of whiskey. You're the masked guy's been taking down all the lords and ladies. No way through this gate unless you've got the sewer key. Only one place to get that key, and I wouldn't go there. Not for all the gold in Dunwall Tower. Not again. Maybe you could pull it off, though. Something attacked us in the distillery. It used the rats. I know it sounds crazy. And then it run back under the streets. So we come down here to kill it, Slackjaw leading the way. Went bad. I barely crawled out. Don't know what happened to Slackjaw. He had the sewer key, though.
Whoa. I don't remember anything like that.
And then rats. Rats everywhere. Slackjaw chased them deeper into the sewers. A nightmare. Something came up and started attacking. Slackjaw's still in there.
Oh, it needs to open. Damn it. I just wasted like 4 bolts. For 13 months. Exit from a book on the calendar and proper duration of the year. As was laid down long ago, there are 13 months, each 28 days in length. In the last hours of the year, the high overseer will sound the fugue feast. Month of earth, seeds, nets, rain, wind, darkness, high, cold, ice, hearts, hearths, harvest, timber, clans, and songs. Jelly's next task. Jelly, you daft choffer, here's another one for you. That old witch Granny Rags told me that you'll lose your taste for whiskey in the month of wind. Then your eyes will go dim in the month of seeds, and you'll draw your last breath in the month of ice. If you want your share, you know what to do. Okay, so wind, seeds, ice. 5, 2, 8. There we go. Albinos. You encounter white rats slightly more often. Alright, but that I think is going to be where we end this one. Ah, screw it. Later, Truss. I could not move. Yeah, but anyway, that's where we're going to go ahead and end this one. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.